Hello there you guys, welcome to another one of my live videos, and today I'm going to be updating you on some more breaking news that has just broke out. Earlier on, reports were stemming from France that apparently Tottenham have approached Antonio Martial and they have currently made an offer for the player. This was stemming from French reports. It's in numerous sources that this has currently happened. Apparently, an offer has been rejected. Apparently, Tottenham have made an approach for the 21-year-old. It didn't come. It didn't report that an initial fee had been offered from Tottenham. It just said Tottenham had made an approach for the current player because we know Mourinho's not willing to sanction Antonio Martial off. We know they resisted and reluctant. We are resisted and reluctant to offload Antonio Martial. We know numerous teams have been interested. He's attracted a lot of interest from teams in this current transfer window. But apparently, Tottenham, according to French reports, have put an offer in. Tottenham have currently denied this. But we know from Tottenham's perspective, they've got a lot of quality in their team. They're the only team out of the top teams that have not made their first significant signing of the summer yet. But we come out of the blocks very fast, and we currently rejected this anywhere, and this has just come out and it stemmed from French reports. A bid has been that an offer had been made, but it didn't say an initial fee that Tottenham had currently offered for the player. I don't think there was a fee involved, but Tottenham had made an approach for the player and we reacted quick to that. A player that he's been at Old Trafford now for 2 seasons, I think it is, or something like that. He did, under Louis van Gaal, he did fantastically well. He scored 11 goals. He has failed to replicate that form from Van Gaal era to now the Mourinho era. He's pretty much struggled under Mourinho under his first season last season, but he hasn't really had enough starts. He hasn't really had time to develop himself, and he still needs to grow and develop himself, does Antonio Martial, because he is still only young. He is still only 21 years of age, and we're all adamant that he does still need to improve dramatically on his game on the left-hand side. Hasn't been the same player since he currently lost that number 9 shirt as Antonio Martial, but we know he failed to replicate that form under Mourinho as Antonio Martial. But we know he's a player that he is still only young, and if you look, he's been at Lyon in the past. He's been at sorry about the light. He's been at Monaco in the past, and he's won honours. With Manchester United, he's won the Europa League, FA Cup, Community Shield. Hasn't won the Premier League yet with us. Hasn't won the Champions League yet with us. But he has still got time to achieve that and participate. He's still got time ahead of him because he is still only 21 years of age, and a player that has won the Golden Boy before, a player that's won the Player of the Month before, and a player that's won a goal of the season. That goal he scored against Liverpool when we won 3-1. So, but we know numerous teams, but Mourinho, in any circumstances, he's not willing to sanction Antonio Martial off because he knows how much of a key and important figured player he is. And we know Inter Milan have been demanding him as a loan deal as part of the Ivan Perisic case. And it did say he had reported that he was willing to join Inter Milan as part of a loan deal, as part of the Ivan Perisic deal. But obviously, if Perisic came in with Martial there, he wouldn't really get the game time under his belt. If he went to Tottenham, would he be guaranteed? Would he be guaranteed more first team football under Spurs? But Mourinho was not willing to go along with a 42 million deal and put Martial on loan. He was not willing to go along with that. With the Perisic case, I think the deal may be still on, as I did say earlier on. With Perisic, comparing Perisic and Martial, really, obviously Perisic is more highly experienced. He's been at Dortmund and Borussia Dortmund. He's more highly experienced, but I think potentially Martial is a better footballer. That's my own personal opinion. Obviously, Perisic is more highly experienced because he's older than Antonio Martial. Antonio Martial has still got to prove himself, but yet, as I said, even Perisic does not set the world alight. So with even Perisic has did the agent of Perisic has approached Manchester United officials to try and discuss and finalise a deal. As we know before, it looks like the deal was off. Damasio had basically announced that the deal was off and Manchester United had ended the interest in the current player. And Damasio had announced the £48 million that Inter Milan are still demanding for Ivan Perisic. But I don't think we are still willing to meet that price tag, as we've had, what, 2-3 bids now, 2-3 bids now rejected for the current player. As we know, the directors were resisted 20 offers, and there basically was in talks with Inter Milan with Perisic of signing a new deal with the club. I think he's got 3 years left on his current contract. And Luis Spalletti, we know Luis Spalletti, the current manager, had rebuffed it a couple of weeks ago regarding Perisic, basically saying that he said one thing, basically saying can't keep him against his will, and then he rebuffed it, basically saying we're convinced he will stay. There's no further negotiations and discussions going on regarding Perisic, but there is still negotiations and discussions taking place, and he does still want to force the move, does Ivan Perisic. He's been trying to force the move. Inter Milan are still convinced he will stay, but should Mourinho now just come out of the blocks in a Manchester United and just meet that £48 million that Inter Milan currently want for the player? A report just come out from the Express that now we are presumably close again, that Manchester United after all may be willing to meet that £48 million for price tag to capture Ivan Perisic, because we know for the entirety of the transfer window we have wanted the player on the board, a player with tremendous speed, good at going forward, good at putting balls into the box, a lot of good physical attributes. He's a very good creative winner, is Ivan Perisic. And I would love him on the board as well, but we'll see. And regarding Gareth Bale, apparently now Mourinho has recommended Ed Woodward to go in there and come out of the blocks and put £100 million bidding for the player. Apparently we may be willing to offer him £500,000 a week. That may tempt him to come back to the Premier League because he's Premier League proven. And this presumably is on a 4-year deal with the current player, and maybe with a fee and the wages, this could add up to £200 million. Apparently, so Mourinho privately, apparently he's privately, not publicly, he's privately still convinced he can capture and get the pursuit of Gareth Bale. He's still convinced he can get a deal finalised for the current player. As I don't think with Bale's comments that he made after the Super Cup game that he was willing to leave Real Madrid. He feels happy at Real Madrid. What was said now, and Mourinho had disregarded this. You know, he said if he was under the coach plans, if he was under the club plans, and he was starting the game, he was gonna give up on Gareth Bale, and this was what basically said he was going to give up with the pursuit of Gareth Bale, but he said if he wasn't under club plans, if he wasn't under the coach's plans, he would fight the coaches to get the capture of Gareth Bale, and this was what's basically suggested, but privately Mourinho is still convinced this can happen, so he's basically recommended Ed Woodward to go in there and put £100 million in for the current player. But we know with the comments that I made after the game, Gareth Bale, you know, saying like, I'm concentrating on my football, blah blah blah, not taking much notice with the speculations that's going on around me, and stuff like that, and he's heard bits and bobs. Zidane hasn't really suggested much about his future. Where does his future lie ahead of him? He hasn't really said much about it in favour of the player. But even the agents of Paul Coldwater on the speculation, you know, regarding Gareth Bale, they've poured cold water on the speculation. They don't believe it's going to happen. A few teams have been in for the player, but Madrid have been under pressure to get rid of him, you know, due to his fitness setbacks that he's been receiving, you know, because he is injury prone. He has now been at the club 4 years. He's also on Tottenham's radar as well. Real Madrid did pay £90 million for the player back in 2013. He's world class, he's got tremendous speed though, he's good in the air, absolutely fantastic player, good at putting balls into the box also. Obviously I prefer Bale over Perisic, But either way, are we getting Perisic or are we getting Bale? I think Perisic, out of the two, I think the most likely one would be Perisic. Bale is still very, very unlikely, and the rumours have basically stemmed since 2013 that the rumours have been going around that we're going to get Bale, and it's not happened now. So for 4 years he went to Real Madrid. Look at the honours he's won with Real Madrid, and when he's fully fit, his performances are absolutely fantastic. And he's still only 28 years of age, so he's still got years ahead of him. But we'll see. But as I said, with the Martial case, obviously whether he wants to leave the club or not, I do not know. But Mourinho doesn't want to sanction him, and Martial he didn't participate in the Real Madrid Super Cup game. So but I think in pre-season Martial has done dramatically well for the team. But Spurs are desperate to get that first sign on the board. Obviously they've lost Kyle Walker to City. They've looked into Ross Barkley. They've looked into quite a few players, but they don't seem to be getting anywhere at the moment in this transfer window. But they've still got quality in there. Dele Alli, who's won Dele Alli's won the PFA a couple of times with Tottenham. You know, world class, young, talented, experienced player in their midfield. They've still got Harry Kane, who won the Golden Boot last season. But I still think Tottenham, to be consistent as they have been, need to get a player or two at least on the board. And but we reacted straight away to this, and we have rejected this offer. But there wasn't an initial fee. Apparently, according to the reports, there wasn't a fee. There wasn't an estimated fee in this situation. We know Martial's been linked with numerous teams, and Mourinho is not going to currently sanction the current player off. So, and with the Danny Rose situation, as I said, there's players at Tottenham are not satisfied with the financial situations, and Danny Rose is on £65,000 a week. As I said, he has apologised for the interview that he has gave out. We were demanding to go in for the player we would maybe demanding Luke Shaw as part of a swap deal, because Mourinho, he did receive criticism last season, did Luke Shaw. We know he's injury prone, but his agent has come into the equation, and he's discussed he may become one of the best left backs in world football in time to come, and he will not leave Manchester United for any swap deal or whatsoever. But with Danny Rose, we know the interview that he currently gave out. He's not satisfied with the wages that he's receiving. He didn't say he was criticising the club in a bad manner. He just basically come out and said he's apologised to the manager, the chairman, the fans, and his current teammates for what he currently put out. And what else was said? I'm bleeding tired, guys. Sorry, I'm bleeding all over the place here. And Pochettino said this apology has been accepted, and now we currently move on. But we know what he mentioned in his interview. You know, he's recommended Tottenham to get world-class players into the team. You know, he basically said, I don't want to play 15 years without one trophy or one medal. What else did he say now? And he basically just said he's not satisfied with the wages that he's currently getting. He also said, I will play up north in the future, did Danny Rose. He said he's just not happy with the wages that he's currently receiving. You know, he's got 4 years left on his contract, and he did say this is one big contract left in me. So this is what he said in his interview, and this was not unrecognised with the interview that he currently give out, explaining that he wants to win trophies, and he says time is running out for me to win trophies. He's got one big contract left in him, as I said, and he says I'm going to make sure I'm paid what I am worth, as he feels as though he is getting currently underpaid at the club. You know, so we know he's been injured since January. He's got 4 years left on his contract. His performances for England the last couple of years have been absolutely fantastic. For Tottenham, he is still an essential player in their eyes. So, got to be honest in that aspect as well. So, Basically, anyway, guys, that's everything to update you today on the regarding Martial. Drop your comments, likes below on the video, and take it easy. And I will see you later. Bye.